Alright everybody, this is Damon Ratliff again. I'm going to try and put this thing back together so that way you can kind of see how the firing pin goes back in the PT145 Pro. Did a little video earlier today about how to take it out and how to kind of clean the gun up and lubed it and everything like that, so I'm going to try and put it back together for you here. Anyway, obviously this is your firing pin. Firing pin needs to go back in that direction. So anyway, it slides back down inside this little hole. Oop, almost forgot. There's a little bitty tiny spring that goes on this guide rod. A little bitty spring looks kind of like that. It's got to go over the top of that guide rod and slide down to the bottom. That allows this pin to drop back. Slides in there. There's a little hole in the pin. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bitty hole in that pin there that allows for it to slide up and down on that rail. Hope I can get my fat fingers out of the way. But anyway, once that's in, grab your spring. Anyway, it actually goes down through the center of the firing pin. Remember, it's got to line up, fit this little hole to go all the way in. And you see there's a groove there. You want it to go past the groove in order to get your retainer to stay in there. Hopefully you can see that little bitty booger. So, but anyway, the way that I do this is I like to take a screwdriver, push that thing down. I like to try to push it past. That's going to be hard to do holding it up in the air like this, but anyway, I can get this started into this groove with the flat spot up. Hopefully you can still see all this. And anyway, and as I push this thing forward, it drops down into that little groove. You can see that. See? And then it's got to go down the rest of the way, and that little thing pops back into its place. You can see there where it's kind of sticking up. Then the little plastic thing that goes on the back of it just pops back into place. You want to make sure not to break this thing. But it has to clip over the top of that retainer, and it sits in that deal, and it actually clips over the top of it, and that's how your full assembly goes back together. Then it's just a matter of putting the gun back together like normal. Obviously, barrel slides down inside. Anyway, your spring goes inside here, clicks onto that. This slides back onto the rail. And then whenever you push this back and lock it open like this, you need to make sure that the barrel's forward. If the barrel's back, it won't close and you can actually damage the barrel. I like to start with this angle on this deal facing down. Pop it in just like that. Kind of wiggle the barrel a little bit until you can get it in where you need it to be. And then when you rotate it up, it should click in all the way. Whenever that happens, you can drop it back forward. The firearm's back to where it should be. Ready to go.